Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. I have some good news for you. Our episode on the life of Ukrainians abroad is now available on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Don't forget to share our long talk with your friends and on social media. That episode was made possible with your support, especially our patrons. To help our project develop, subscribe to our Patreon following the link in the description to this episode. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 489 days, Ukraine defends itself against the Russian invasion. On the evening of 27th June, Russian forces attacked the city of Kramatorsk, Donetsk Oblast, hitting a restaurant, reports Ukrainska Pravda. So far, it is known that at least 8 people were killed, including 3 children, and 56 people were wounded. According to Andriy Yermak, head of the president's office, the Russians had hit Kramatorsk with 2 missile strikes. In addition, the invaders targeted private houses in the village of Bilenka nearby, injuring 5 local residents who were at home that evening. National Security Council representative John Kirby said that the United States condemns Russia's brutal strikes and promised further support for Kyiv. Later in his evening video address, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky said that each such manifestation of terror proves over and over again to us and to the whole world that Russia deserves only one thing as a result of everything it has done: defeat and a tribunal, fair and legal trials against all Russian murderers and terrorists. As expected, the US announced a new package of military aid to Ukraine worth $500 million, reports Militarny. The new package includes additional ammunition for Patriot air defense systems, HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems, as well as Stinger anti-aircraft systems, Javelin anti-tank systems, and AT-4 anti-tank missiles. In addition, the US plans to provide Ukraine with 30 Bradley armored vehicles and 25 Stryker armored personnel carriers, HARM high-speed anti-radar missiles, TOW missiles, high-precision aviation munition, an unspecified number of artillery shells, small arms, and over 22 million rounds of ammunition for them. The new package will also include detonation munitions and demining systems, demining equipment, thermal imaging systems, and night vision devices, test and diagnostic equipment to support vehicle maintenance and repair, spare parts, generators, and other field equipment. Volodymyr Zelensky thanked President Biden, the Congress, both parties, and all Americans for their support. We would really appreciate if you could rate us, ideally with 5 stars, and leave a glowing review in the apps where you are listening to this podcast. This way more people would learn about the highlights from Ukraine and truth about Russia's invasion. UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said that as part of their summer campaign to reclaim illegally occupied territory, Ukraine has already recaptured approximately 300 square kilometers, reports Espresso. He added that it is more territory than Russia seized in its whole winter offensive. Wallace noted that Ukrainian forces continue to make gradual but steady progress, conducting offensive operations in 3 key directions in the east and south. Western allies are still developing a program to train Ukrainian pilots on F-16 fighter jets, reports European Pravda. The Danish Defense Ministry expects to be able to train up to 6 Ukrainian pilots at a time, as well as up to 40 support and maintenance personnel. They could not specify how long it would take to complete the training, as it depends on personnel fighter experience and language skills. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We are a commercial initiative of just 2 people, and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.